Hi, chat. Sorry, I've been running around. I was cooking for tonight and getting the girls taken care of. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. How are you? Who's all here? Paper, Romeo, Kobe, Jay. Hi, Top. Jedi. Hi, best friend. Hi, everyone. Oh, can I just go straight to gaming or no? Probably not, huh? Hold on. Hi, you guys. Good afternoon. How are you guys doing? I want to just get straight to gaming, but I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm going to chat with you guys just a little bit first, you know? Ooh, hold on. Okay. If you want to get down to business, load up that metaphor. It's already loaded up. I already have it loaded up. I did the whole prep curl thing for the days to come. This is day 1. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't personally like it. But as the days go on and I start separating my curls more and more, it'll look better. But whatever. We're gonna move past it. I look like a fucking Shirley Temple. But welcome. Hello. My lips are dry. I can't find my Vaseline. Oh. I found it. Metaphor. I'm trying to beat Zell. He's 30 hours in, 40 hours in. I'm trying to get past him. I have you look great, thanks. I'm trying to get past him. Because I made it a little competition for myself. I don't know why I do these things I do. But, yeah. I'm making stew chicken tonight. So, the house smells like gravy and chicken. Because I, let it cook for, 5 hours. So now I'm just going to be hungry all day. Because it smells so good. I think I'm going to get oxtails sometime this week, too. I want some oxtails. Oxtails sounds so good. Oxtails are nasty. Don't buy oxtails. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nod, nod. If you know, you know. You know? Agree, so people can't keep buying them and making the price expensive. Because people be making that shit expensive for no damn reason. Stop buying my oxtails. So we're gonna play Metaphor today. If you're wondering what happened in here, it is now an off-stream game. Yeah, I don't play it on stream. I get it. It's a great game, but playing the same story with a little bit of difference 5 times is just not it for me, So I had to. She's now an off stream. I off streamed it, and I'm already done with 9S's story. Ra, love you so much. Hi, Demina. Welcome in. Can I ask you something? You specifically, are you okay? Do you need to talk? Do you need someone to listen to you, hear you out? Are you all right? Hi, Ballin. Hi, love. How are you? I'm wonderful. You sure? You sure? Are you sure? Let me see. I gotta get stuff taken care of first before we go over that. First off, my sub stuff is incorrect. So let me fix that. Platforms, this, reset. All right, nice. Then we need to go here. Let me just make sure, because, okay, bot is going. Look at you carrying. I mean, I be noticing your statuses, and I'm like, it's not my place to step in or say anything, but I be noticing, and I'm like, I asked High Top, I asked Fury, I asked Kobe. I'm like, should I ask? Is it my place? Because I be seeing, and I'm like, damn, he be big sad for real, and I don't know if I should say something, or if I don't know if it's none of my business, or if it's just lyrics, but they be all sad. I'm cold, but enjoying this day off. How are you? Y'all from the East Coast, in Colorado, Utah, if y'all want to send me y'all's coldness, please do so. I am just making shit up thinking it's cold here and it's not. And I'm just like, damn, y'all live in the cozy, like warm. I do be sad. I see that. And I'd be like, damn, I want to live like them and be cold. I want to be snuggly, shovelly snow. Shit, nigga, you can take this bullshit. I don't want it. Please take my cold weather. I miss the cold weather. I mean, like, if I ever come. Well, I won't see the cold weather when I go to Colorado because it's going to be summer. But the next time I see cold weather, I'm going out in just short sleeves, which I used to in Japan. Short sleeves and, like, everything. I'd be taking all that shit in. I love it. And then I'd be getting back in the car and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so fucking cold. But, like, being in it, I love it so much. I miss it. Hi. Hi. You want to say hi? Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, I gotta reset bingos, y'all. I have not reset the bingos. I still have yet to add you guys. Select all, delete. Okay. You guys should be able to go ahead and get your bingos now. Casey, thank you for the resub. Thank you for being sub. It's already been 3 months? God damn. Thank you for being sub for 3 months. Holy shit. It's been 3 months? Holy hell. It'll be 13 degrees tonight. I need some coldness in my life. It's hot. It's hot all the time. It's hot. I want some coldness. I don't hear anything. What is going on? Bot? Oh, because I have my bot turned down really low. Yeah, I told you can have your tablet, but you didn't want to listen to me. Yeah, I told you could have your tablet. Let me see. Let me restart. I'm not hearing shit except music. Girl, you're knocking my stuff over. Yeah. There's that. It's okay. I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. Welcome. Hi, Shar. Welcome in. Did you curl the curls today? The hair is 12 out of 10. I did the whole, like, preserve shit where you, like, you brush it and then you get, like, the comb. You turn it on the side where it's not the bristles and you wind it up on that and then you rotate it and then you pull. I did that whole shit. It's gonna be negative here. Oh, I'm jealous. I also opened Twitter and seen Elon. I don't even know what Twitter or X is anymore. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm starting to do more Blue Sky things. So, like, I'll only open my Twitter if I need to talk to somebody who is not on Blue Sky. Speaking of that, are you guys keeping your Instagrams? Who has their TikTok today? Who has their TikTok? How are you guys doing with your? Everybody should be able to have their TikTok now if they have it in their downloaded history, right? I have my TikTok. I haven't logged in. I logged into my TikTok and it said thank you Donald Trump on the 19th. I'm like, this nigga's not even in office yet, and y'all are sitting here saying thank you to him. He's not even our president. But yeah, we saying thank you. This shit's a fucking scam. You know what? They're gonna use that shit as their propaganda. Watch. You're gonna see nothing but fucking left wing shit. Right wing. Not left. I'm left. Right wing shits soon. If you haven't seen it already, watch. I never deleted it, but I rarely use it. Yeah, I rarely use mine too. I don't know. I'm more into YouTube shorts than I am TikTok shorts. Maybe because I'm always on YouTube. What's up? Should I pick up some for everybody? If you can. What, baby? Doesn't matter. What are you thinking? If that's easiest, yeah, that's fine. Because I was going to say in and out of anything. But you don't just get me a Coke. You didn't have to get me a milkshake. Yeah, if you do in and out. I just want crispy buns. I just want crispy buns. Hmm? He saved TikTok will be the new he gave us stimmies. Man, we're gonna man, fucking US is fucked. We are a joke. You're so pleasant to look at. But I don't know. Thanks, I guess. Hi, Legion. I'll shut the fuck up now. What's up? Go. What are we both doing the dancing to the song? It's so catchy. It's so catchy. It's so catchy. It's so I don't know why I know it without like really watching it, but I can get it. No, you guys aren't going to see me do it. So no, cuz it's sloppy as hell. Um Legion, how are you? Throne? No, no throne. No throne. I don't Is there anything on my throne? Okay. Yes, there's stuff on there. Is there? I don't even really be remembering for real. Yeah, that graphics card that you're in dire need of. Oh yeah, that graphics card. I can show you what's on the. Oh Lord Jesus. All right. Oh, you guys, good news. Because my Lord and Savior, aka Romeo, he's gonna be like, whoa, don't put me on that pedestal, but I just did. My Lord and Savior saw me playing Metaphor, and from the gods, he gave us this, just, you know. Yeah, so we have that now. That's our new trailer for Metaphor. Don't we like it? It's so nice. It's so good. I don't hear shit. What the hell? I gotta fix this. Hold on. Before I get started over and before we get this going, I have to get it set up on YouTube. And everything's kind of been finicky at the moment, so I'm going to let me get YouTube shit together. Hold on. I was playing around with a lot of stuff, and it's you won't catch me. Oh, okay, if you say so. That's fine. Does that mean you're going to stream your metaphor like you're supposed to? Is that what I'm understanding? Because that's the only way I'm not going to catch up to you. But if not, you know, don't worry about that. Okay. Hi, Zell. Welcome in. How are you? Nice to see you. You know, normally people say hi. I hope you're not freezing or whatever, you know? Why is this being so difficult? I've been freezing all weekend. I believe it, honestly. My live stream is not live streaming. Give me a moment. And I'm not going on, I can't, hold on. Why is this doing this to me? Am I doing something wrong? Hold on. That's disgusting, Legion. Oh. That was something. That was something I didn't think I would ever need to see. Legion, that was an ugly ass like combination. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Okay, hold on. I tried. Don't try that again. Please and thank you. Why isn't my live stuff not working just yet? Give me a moment. Ah, we are live. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna close out of this. Hi YouTube, welcome in. You guys are here with me as well. We are wasting no time. We're only 23 minutes into stream and we're starting metaphor. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on today. I don't know where's my stopping points, but I do know I do need to stop because like I gotta edit all of this to make it shorter for you guys who just prefer watching just gameplay and not the actual streams. But welcome in. Yeah, I think I forget where I don't know where I forgot where we left off. I think we left off after like talking to Hulkenberg and like going up and trying to find the like Lewis, and now we're back in town. That's as far as I remember. I got the noti. Okay, good. Same. I got the note. Okay. Let me see. So there's that. I think we're golden for the most part. Hi Jay, welcome over on YouTube. I do need to pull up my chat for YouTube now that I think about it because I don't have that open. Chat. I will be eating during the stream, so just a heads up for everyone because I'm getting in and out. So there's that as well. Yeah, this okay. All right. I think can I record? Oh, look at you guys donating. I love that. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. Because if you guys want that, you got to do it. Okay, please let me know how the sound is for this stream. So if I'm too loud or if the game's too soft, if the game's overpowering me, all of that. Let me know. Because, like, that first, part one and part two, y'all didn't let me know that game was overpowering me as hell until Geo said something the next time I streamed it. So if you guys could be so kind and let me know if this shit's too loud. Thank you. I appreciate it very much, okay? Thank you. Okay. Let me see. Alright. No, not new game. Oh my. I clocked it. Wait, I clock out in 2 minutes? Hi, Odd God. Welcome in. Who wanna get me something to eat? No, sir. Okay, here you go. All right. Oh yeah, and then like what I do affects the faces. That's right. Okay. Wait. Is she now with me?
Let's move.
Well, free. I forgot his name that
out.
quick. For a sec, let's settle this. I forgot that guy's name. His real name. Oh, I need to synthesize a move for me. Where is more at?
But my comrades in arms are still in there.
Is there a way for me to get to more? Oh, okay. Well, let me push
The
those.
soldiers' morale is all but evaporated.
In the end, it's someone else's problem. It is sad, though.
All right.
Okay, I don't want auto. Okay, no lookouts that I can see will not be discovered going in or out of the cathedral as we please.
Well,
it's so quiet, it's kind of creepy.
Even so,
I'd rather be avoided disturbing the dead, but wait, I'd rather have avoided disturbing the dead, but we cannot let that stop us here.
I'm a little worried.
I'm worried about the people that's left at the Grand Cathedral. Okay. Oh, there's more. Hey, More. Hi, More.
Now, where was I?
I'm feeling Moore's presence. I need to, like... Kitty. We pet the cat every time we come in. I don't know why. It's just something I do. His fur is so soft and clean. It makes me curious how he takes care of it. Licking himself? A magic formula recently apparently written by the king. It's entitled The Royal Magic, but it was written in a language I can't read. At the end of the document, it says, oh, I thought it was going to say something different. Just to be sure, the Royal Magic is a spell that got invoked at the royal funeral, right? And this is its formula? Yes. That does seem to be the case. Put another way, the king had a detailed plan to ensure how things will play out before he died at Louis's hand. Oh. Kind of a stupid plan if it involves giving your son's murderer a chance at the throne. I don't see the logic. In the 785 years that Ecorona has endured, there has only been a few instances where the king has invoked this magic. A strong desire of such. Oh, is my internet dying? Are we dying? Are we okay? Chat, did we die? I will wait. No? You look good? Okay. Hi, Baha. Okay, just making sure. A strong desire of some sort surely speared his decision. I believe there's a lot of there are still secrets to be found. A reason that this script exists, and for the name and drawing at the end.
Grant me a moment.
What a strange feeling I'm getting. Now that I consider it again, I feel as if I've seen this somewhere before. Why would I feel this way? It's certainly not the language used anywhere in the castle. Not a language used anywhere in the kingdom. My bad. Hey, are you okay? Indeed, it certainly seems that there's There is much I cannot recall.
Adieu.
Should you learn anything new, I would appreciate it very much if you shared it with me. Please examine the scroll whenever you learn new truths. Did I say hi to you, Baha? Welcome in, Baha.
I've been waiting.
So if I want to inherit, so hit seeker. Oh, so it had to be. Oh, okay.
All right. This should do the trick.
Nice. So I need him to do that for me, like in the next fight.
Oh,
Thank you.
you'll come again, won't you?
Then okay, yeah, he's saying goodbye to me. Got it. Greetings, boss lady Lolo. How did you sleep? Did you have anything to eat yet? I have not eaten yet. I slept decent. It feels like one of the girls had their like foot in my shoulder blade though. I ain't gonna lie. It kind of hurts. This one right here. But other than that, it was good.
Let's go.
Let's head to the cathedral. We're going after that necromancer. That's dangerous to say. We're going to catch him for Garrus' sake as well.
All right.
Just as I thought, this area has yet to be sealed off. We better be able to wait. We should be able to enter through here. Okay.
Look.
This path leads to the back entrance of the Grand Cathedral. Security should be lighter than it is at the front.
Ready?
Hi, Gio. Welcome in.
All right.
Then let us enter. The way is straight ahead. The way is straight ahead.
Doesn't it
Oh.
seem like?
It's downright eerie. Much too quiet in here. We've no choice but to steer ourselves and move on. This is the only way left, this is the only way left open to us.
Let's hurry.
This area looks clear. Let's hurry.
Onward.
Hey, hey there, bud. How are you? Or how are ya? Ew. I'm doing well. Thank you, Gio. How are you? I read that at first in your normal tone, and then I saw the ya and then the bud, and then I read it in like your like one of your little voices, like the like the goofy one. I read it in that tone afterwards, so that's why I went because I heard the second verse voice after. You know, yeah. Can I go that way? No? Okay. This way? Why am I stuck? Okay. Do I need a key? It seems as though it's locked. Yeah, I figured. You know, let's just see as though it's locked. I just learned all of that. Ooh, that has a black fog. If this is anything like Elden Ring, we don't go in these, because it's a boss. Wait, I'm getting a strange feeling from up ahead. It's the same feeling I had at the abandoned mine before. But the mines were... What do you sense? I don't know, but I got a bad feeling about this. What's the plan, Will? We gotta go in. Right. No time to second guess ourselves. Oh, that's a lot of black smog. It's kind of concerning. Oh. Ew.
What's going on? We can't get through the door.
Strange as he is, that pale fellow's magic works. Good for rooting out the rats.
That blasted mage set a trap. Not surprising. We knew he was expecting us.
And you still fell for it? At least you'll be in good company.
High skills, welcome in.
I can't be.
No way.
Wait. Did they take over his body? Oh. Oh, he's moving quick.
Alsus, stop it! Don't! Why would you die for revenge of all things? The man I fought beside was not so ruled by anger and malice. Alsus, tell
That's
me,
not Elsa's, honey
please.
darling. Damn! Oh my god. Oh my god.
Is this the price of my failure then? The prince, for having lost him, you too would abandon me.
Oh.
Why did you leave me alone in the dark when you escaped with his highness? I have sought him for so many years to no avail. And now,
I have to get comfy. We're gonna be here for a bit. Might as well.
It's only just that you be the one to send me to him now.
Get up! Fight!
I'm sorry.
Girl, you about to
Please.
move!
No! You have it wrong!
Girl, you just gonna take it? I mean, I guess with you feeling like you have nothing to lose, that makes sense.
The prince is
Like you
alive.
lost everything. Oh,
Hey!
I don't
He's
think you were.
right. We do hunt Luis, but not for revenge. We mean to lift the prince's curse.
Is that true?
Oh, okay.
His highness is still...
Yes, he lives. So you have to keep fighting.
This is so weird hearing the MC actually speak. I'm so sorry.
You mean, if that's true, then I...
Must fight!
O lodestar who wanders in solemn duty, O thou anguished traveler. Thy long stagnant stance hath finally been broken. Now choose thy path. Now my new calling, transcending all oaths, I choose life of my own will! Thank you. Thou hast chosen a noble parting. Henceforth, thy fears and insecurities become thy light. Thou art the brilliant star that shall illuminate the King's Road. Now, awaken.
My name is Iselin Pacelli Majal Hulkenberg.
Oh, that's a
I am
lengthy
commander
ass name. Your
of
name
the
is
Last of the
Hulkenberg.
Honor Guards!
Their hearts are like metal with like.
I take up arms in my liege's
I mean, I guess those are supposed to be arteries, but they look like an octopus.
Alsus, I will see you freed.
Hey, let's go.
For the liege I am sworn to, in his royal name. With this power, I shall open the way! Alces, 'tis almost finished.
I'm sensing a huge surge of power. Hang on. It almost seems like the two archetypes are resonating with each other.
Oh. You have unlocked synthesized skills. Synthesized skills are special cooperative skills available according to the party's channeled archetypes. Access them by pressing A on the party member's turn. In order to perform any synthesized skill, a second party member with a specific archetypes channeled is necessary. Synthesized skills consume the collaborator's turn icon in addition to the active character's turn icon.
So sorry.
Okay, hold on. Hey Lolo, got you on the big screen while I'm cleaning. Oh my. I hope you're doing well, Skills. I'm back where I belong. Hi, God. You're still not subbed though. Twitch does not work when I'm inside my job. You're still unsubbed though. Oh, damn. Okay, so with this, A. Oh.
Stop.
Medium piercing. Oh.
I'm counting on you!
Behold my power!
In the name of justice!
Stop it.
Okay.
Give me your aid! Something else. Are you prepared?
I just had to get that out the way for the trophy, I believe. Oh my. Oh my.
Let's work together!
Light. Ooh. A heavy. Ooh. Let's see.
Coordination is key! No holding back!
Ooh, the graphics of these are nice. I have to remember, like,
Comrades, lend me your strength. Knight!
draws enemies' attention and takes attacks for allies for 1 turn. Yucky.
Not now.
Not that. Oh, we're about to die. I got so, like, caught up in everything. Hold on.
Let's try this.
I will fight with pride.
Oh, you
Not
can
now.
use...
Seeker!
I stand ready for all that we strive for.
No.
Behold, we stand together. Perhaps not this.
Oh, because there's no more moves. Okay. I'm learning. Is this your only move, sir?
What a
Joel's
fuss.
badly wounded. Can anyone heal him?
Let's make an end of it.
Oh, it's weak
the right
though.
move.
I don't want that.
Here!
The freedom of a wanderer. Let's set it up!
Deals heavy physical light damage.
Show them our might.
Let's do this!
Hit their weakness.
Oh,
The
nice.
paper grub into the fray.
Now, what's the play? Warrior!
I'm so sick of this move. I'm so sick of that move.
What can I
Joel's
do?
badly wounded. Can anyone heal him?
Lend me your strength.
Hold nothing back.
How's this?
Alcest.
His Highness and Maria's home. I leave them in your hands.
Damn.
Do as you ask, friend. I swear it.
Don't make a promise you can't keep. We don't know if we can do that or not. Now, if we can't do it, what are we gonna do?
Not bad.
We just lied to a dead man.
I'll
That's
strive
crazy.
for greater heights.
I do not. I guess. Hold on. I guess I could bump up luck. I don't really be caring about shit
I
dropping.
admit, it feels good to get stronger.
Rest now, Alsace. We will protect Maria and His Royal Highness.
Oh. Isn't this crystal just like what we saw in the abandoned mine? It gives me the same nasty feeling. Come on. Let's just destroy it.
First he wakes the dead, and now this bizarre object. This man is dangerous and must be stopped.
You said you were a royal knight, didn't you? Were you there on the night the prince was attacked?
Yes, though I was the least among the Order then. We saw His Highness afflicted with a horrific curse. But soon after, he mysteriously vanished. Alsace was one of His Highness's closest confidants when he disappeared. I'd wondered if they were both lost to us.
But I could see it when we told you the truth. You believed the prince was alive, didn't you?
I'd left my post to wander the land. A search party, at least in intent. News of the king's demise brought me back. Thence, we met. Now, onward.
Girl, you forgot you got slashed.
Don't tis nothing me. You took a hard hit early on. Let's head back for now.
But...
We've come this far, so he'll be looking to buy time. It's just as you advised before. We can't rush in if we're to see this through. What say you? We can withdraw for now, right?
I say it's up
I
to
say
her.
it's up to her.
I'll
Damn.
trust your judgment. Homeward, then.
Ah, you're just in time. Maria's awake. She's not hurt too badly, but she's locked up in her room and won't come out.
I'm okay. How have you been? How are you liking the game? Seems like I don't get much time to watch your wonderful streams. I've been doing good. Just trying to balance getting back into the groove of everything for content creating. But other than that, I'm doing all right. We just started the game, what, Friday? We're like 8 hours in. But so far, I've been enjoying it. I like it a lot. But don't feel like you can't, like, don't feel bad about not being able to see the streams. Like, if you can't be here, you can't be here. It's life. I understand. No worries. Oh, ow. I broke my nail. Ouch.
I told her that her father wouldn't be coming home.
So she knows.
Oh, I should say, I found a note in his belongings. Meant for you all, I'm sure. It said, if there's anything left that could serve you, take it. I left his belongings in his room, so you're free to have a look.
Is this game like a Persona game? Yeah, it's from Atlas. It's from the it has similarities of Persona, but it's not same as Persona, if that makes sense, I guess.
Now that you're here, I'll go check on her one more time. Try to rest, and I'll be back shortly.
Damn you, Louise.
Can I assume you're still dedicated to the mission?
Mission?
Killing Louise to lift the prince's curse. We've lost a lot already. We can't afford to give up after one failure.
Don't worry. I've no intention of giving up now.
What do you think? Are you going after Louise?
Of course I am.
Yes. Someone has to bring the bastard to justice. You saw what would happen under his rule. We can't just let him doom this country.
Thus do you seek Luis's death. Knowing the truth, may I join your cause? I heard of your trials at the fort, and considering all I've seen and heard, Luis clearly aims to seize the throne. Allow me to lend my blade. Even if we can put the man down, if we can't save the heir to the throne, it would be all for naught. Until the day His Highness, the prince's life is saved. I will fight through all obstacles.
We'd be happy to have you. But are you sure?
It is but another leg on my own long journey, and now I may travel in good company. What say you?
We'd welcome you, gladly.
Truly. Thank you. I shall strive to protect you, as you saved me.
Seems a bit redundant to say after all you've done for us, but we're glad to have you.
Leave it to me.
Hulkenberg has joined our team. The Ever Royal Knight has become your ally. We love that.
Then let us be bound in both purpose and trust. My life is your shield, and my blade is your strength.
The steadfast vassal, Hulkenberg. Within her dwells the virtue of the
Oh,
knight.
she's the knight. Okay.
Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
So I'm gonna give her knight, and then I'm gonna give it to Stroll too.
I would stake my very life upon it.
Oh, now that she's part of the team, we ought to show her. Here. This is the prince. He's been asleep for a long, long time.
His Royal Highness.
He's stable. But unless we can do something about that curse, he's finished.
That mage could be the key to this. I couldn't guess what he aims to accomplish, but if we can capture him, he could lead us straight to Luis.
Doubtless he seeks the royal scepter. 'Tis enshrined in a chamber in the cathedral under a powerful warding seal. Such magic would likely take days of concentration to dispel, even with powers to do so.
You figure that's why he said we've got until the mourning period ends? If it's true, we still have some days until the mourning ends. Leaves us a little time to spare. But what did he mean when he told us to wait for the day of calamity? Just an ominous name for the day he grabs the scepter?
He can tell us himself at the end of a sword. The innkeeper's given her blessing, so we'll use this place as our headquarters for now.
Yeah, probably for the best. It's already gotten late today, so let's reconvene here tomorrow. Do you feel responsible for Grius and Maria?
Of course I do.
That's not your burden to bear alone, okay? I don't make much of a guide, do I? I can't even give proper directions. God, I wish I wasn't so useless.
You're the one who's gotten us this far, Gallica.
You think so? Well, it's nice of you to say. My grief is getting the better of me. But I've got to shape up. Grius gave his life for that mission. We can't let him down. Let's figure it out as a team, all right? I'll do whatever I can.
Hey, nice.
Gotta focus on the here and now, not the past.
Reduces the mag cost of studying them. Now I get that? Nice.
Well, you should get some rest tonight in preparation for tomorrow. Let's rest.
Why don't we rest early to prepare for tomorrow? What is that? Why is this icon just... That's a big ass icon. I can hear Maria's pained crying. Oh. Is it Fabian? Bobby, whatever. As that, yep, Fox Lady. Oh, wrong way. Can I talk to more or do I have to go to sleep? Okay, I can't talk to more. Damn. Unfortunate. I just cut my tongue. It hurts. Fabian? Really? Wow, I'm impressed. I got a name right. The bed seems rather stiff, but I can still rest in it. Is it time to call it a night? Oh, that's why. Okay.
Really? What exactly do you have against sleep?
Apparently we've been
I
invited.
saw it all unfold. An ally became a friend, and he awakened to your power. But his path was cut short. It is all too easy to forget the fragility of life, until the tragedy of its loss. Yet, I feel his efforts were not in vain. He never turned from his fears and worries, unflinching to the last. Just as the lives of old heroes are passed down through their tales, so too will his heart. You have inherited the story of an unsung revolutionary and all its power. Yet be warned, such power rarely awakens without trials. Even should you overcome them, your virtues will be tested, time and time again. You must carry on, honing your archetypes and heart with painful sincerity. That is the first step towards changing the world. I have faith in you.
Okay. She's being extra. What? You may come across items that grow with your archetype in various places, similar to the hero incense you received from more. You can use them from the battle or the item menu. They grant experience directly to an archetype without having to battle.
Forgive me.
Like rare candy?
There's one more important thing. You can visit as long as you have the calm and time to open a book. But when threats lurk nearby, we may not always have the luxury of attention undivided. And danger is an inconvenience so often encountered, of course. As such. A smart-looking fellow, isn't he? There's a special magic igniter embedded in his collar, too. Much as I'd like to join you in person, I cannot. I can, however, send his consciousness in my place. If you see him in places of battle, do stop to pet him, won't you? You'll find him a most helpful companion. If you would survive the trials to come, think not only of the powers you know, but how they might be combined. Now, until we meet again.
What?
Oh. Has the crystal underground been shattered? No, surely not that or this quickly. The soldiers cannot simply or possibly,
No
sorry.
matter.
Oh, that's his voice? Oh my. Trivial as it is, or all of it, more importantly, a further complicated seal spell. A rather complicated seal spell. But I see its works. Breaking it will be only a matter of time. So close to the hall of the royal scepter. The plan is near its fruition, and the calamity draws even closer. I'm not doing the laugh, I'm sorry. Hee hee ha ha.
Time
That's
marches
happening.
on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Sorry.
I apologize. I had to give her the boot. She was too loud for me. She had to go. She over here screaming. She had to go. It's not me, it's her. She over here screaming and smacking her sandwich, like her milkshake, and humming every time she eats. I'm like, girl. I don't know if I like these curls because they're kind of getting on my nerves. I apologize that we commandeered your home.
Think nothing of it.
This is my fight too. You're going after that man in the cathedral, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes. Surely before the day of calamity that he warned us, or he warned about. I don't know what he's plotting, but I want nothing more than to foil it. We can't let the tragedy that would rob this country of its future come to pass. Not only for the prince, but for Garrus as well.
I'd say
One last matter. I may yet unuse. I am yet unused to this strange power. Once we take the field again, I will look to another for orders. Will you seem best suited for the task? This is a task you've been served thus far, yes?
It'll be all right.
No objections here. He's certainly gotten me out of plenty of nasty situations. I agree. You're up for it, Will? All right.
Yeah.
All right, I got it. May you lead us to victory.
true.
I suppose that would make you our captain. A fitting title for a company's tactical authority, no?
For real.
I guess, but it sounds so formal. I don't know if I could get used to calling him that. As for when we return to the cathedral, yours is the final say. But we be better served by prudence than haste.
Yeah.
Prudence than haste? Right, let's make sure we're ready for this. I always want to call it Galactic. Yeah, we go. No. Now I'm confused. Gallica. See, I get them mixed. I don't know why I want to call her Galactic. It's Gallica. I don't know. Gallica, when it's time to go, you give us the word. My dyslexia is getting worse as I get older. I'm starting to notice this. I might be going crazy. Yeah, got it. Stay calm, everyone. You can do this.
Let's focus.
She was feeling the food. It's not me. It's not you. It's me. Never mind. It's you. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. A mission with a deadline has begun. Meet up with your allies at the catacomb entrance to challenge the Grand Cathedral. Failure to complete your mission by the deadline will result in a game over. You must defeat the Necromancer before the day of calamity. On a given day, you have time to do one thing in the day and another at night. Dungeons can only be visited during the day, and you'll need your rest at night. If you spend time in the town for the day, the night is yours. On the local map, there are icons indicating where you can hone your royal ventures, people who have requests, and who your followers are. Rising your royal ventures and strengthening your bonds with your followers is the key to obtaining new archetypes. Using your free time wisely and strive to be the best version of yourself. If an action will consume time, the choice will be marked with a clock icon or symbol. Keep this in mind so that you plan your activities accordingly.
Hey there.
Hey, you have a sec? I was thinking, isn't Grand Trad just huge? All this running from end to end must be so tiring. So I was thinking, you got your His Highness's sword, right? Maybe you could do something cool with it. Darius said the sword was forged with magla. With a little magic, I think I can make it float. Oh? That's what the prince used to do, remember? So give it a try, picture levitating, then see if you can stand on it. Oh, while in safe areas like cities, press B to hop on your blade and quickly ride through the area. You'll increase your speed by holding the right trigger.
We should go.
The first thing we need to do is head to the Grand Cathedral. Okay, so let me see.
What's happened?
Oh, you're a mission.
Can't see a single good option here.
Oh, what shall I do? I cannot buy the medicine for my sick daughter. I can't buy the medicine that my sick daughter needs. Medicine? Is it that expensive? Yes, it is. Or to put it more accurately, it costs more than what the in this town is capable of earning. My daughter won't be long for this, or won't be long for this world if I can't get my hands on this medicine. My heart aches to see her so racked by the cough, or by cough. Our mission is still our top priority, but it shouldn't take up too much of our time to squeeze in a quick shopping trip to help them out.
You there?
What? Don't be ridiculous. We are treated poorly, and but the people here hate the Elda even more. I heard that all Elda are... Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. The medicine can be purchased at the church, but I doubt they do business with you. Well, it's a respiratory medicine called the fish, or the breath of fresh air. I said the breath of fish. Hello. It's sold at the church.
I hope it's not too much trouble.
I am hesitant to get my hopes up, but should you somehow obtain it, please bring it to me. Okay.
Give it a shot.
I have 5 days for that. I get a rusty accessory. Increase in tolerance. The rewards for solving people's requests are not limited to just money or items. You can even unlock a new archetype. The harder the request, the greater the rewards you can expect. You may be requested to slay certain monsters outside of the city, for example. You can review requests that you've already taken in the quest section of the main menu. Enemy difficulty is also noted there so that you don't have to track quests blindly. Most requests have a time limit. If you fail to complete the request in a designated time, it will be marked as expired. You can no longer acquire rewards from requests past the deadline, so keep your eye out on your time. Make sure you review deadlines in the quests section of the menu. Hello? He just stopped there? My controller didn't let me move? That was odd. What is this?
Oh.
We don't see many of your tribe in the royal capital, though we're familiar in that way. Have you heard of the tribe? I have. So you must have seen others before, but I doubt you know anything about us, yes? So then, any interest in our history and why we live our lives secluded and oppressed? I'll share if you would like to know. Okay, learning more about them may help us better support those in need, right? Understanding different cultures and points of view may improve my tolerance. That's going to take some time. If you have other plans for today, let's come back another time. What do you want to do? Listen to him. So I can it's either gonna take time. We have 5 days. Hold on. I have to do something for the kids real quick.
Fair enough.
I see. Well, it doesn't have to be today. I'm always here. Okay, so we have 10 days until Calamity, but we have to beat the cathedral in 5.
You've been a lifesaver.
Let me go get this medicine real quick.
You're not getting on the boat.
Where's the menu? Or the Travelers' Voices. Through Travelers' Voices, you can see how others spent their day. It might serve as a good reference if you're curious. Spend time with supporters. Spend time at question mark. Okay.
Hey!
Did you hear that? It sounds like a cry of pain, or like a cry of pain somewhere beyond, or nearby. I said beyond. Is it? Wait, is it you? Can I hit these? Oh, what are these? No. Who's in pain? Hello?
Grand Cathedral, why? It's...
What's it now?
Close for the day? Okay, I don't want to hear anything else from you. You don't have nothing else to benefit me.
I'm just...
Is it you? Hey, you there. Do you have any medicinal herbs? My stomach is killing me. He's in pretty rough shape. A medicinal herb can go a long way. You have 5 on hand. Give him one. Sure. Thank you.
You saved me.
It feels a bit better. You're a kind one. People normally pay no attention to someone like me, but you really helped me. Here, take this as a thanks. Nice. That was nice of you to make that man so happy. I hope he gets better.
What now?
How do I map? Oh.
All right then.
So wait, how do I?
Let's go.
Oh. I can move just that easy? Oh. Wait, my blade. I can. Ooh. Yeah.
What is it?
This way. Okay.
What on earth are you doing?
That reminds me.
Hey, remember the shopkeeper that spoke to you at the Igniter store or shop? She was so cryptic. I haven't been able to stop thinking about what she said. Anyway, what's on your mind?
What on earth are you
Nothing.
doing?
I didn't mean to talk to you, my love. Sorry. Oh, and Elda. Sorry, but would you mind keeping distance from... No, wait. You perhaps are the elder who's been frequently at... You know what? I'm having a huge brain fart. Don't care. At the Rush Honeybee Inn of late. Am I that famous?
Grand, isn't it?
Well, for better or for worse, your tribe certainly stands out. But more importantly, your reaction gave you away. You do frequent the Honeybee. You see, I work a very high-end I work in a very high-end hotel as an apprentice cook, but so far, all I've been entrusted with are chores. My dream is to become a 5-star chef. To that end, I've been researching the various cuisines of the city. And the hushed honeybee has caught my nose, as you will. I made the mistake of telling my superiors I wanted to go, but they stopped me cold. If I learn to cook from a parapus, it will damage our kitchen's reputation, they said. They told me if I even get caught setting foot in Sunshade Row, I'd be fired on the spot. I'm in India? Yeah. Wait, Nindia? Yeah, I'm in India, and he doesn't even trust me. It's the same tired prejudice. Nindias are liars and cheaters, and so on. So if it's not too much trouble, can I ask you for your help in something? I would like for you to go help out with cooking at the Hushed Honeybee, and then report back to me about what it's like. The only catch is my employer has some high priority guests coming soon, so if possible, I would like for you to get back to me before the 19th.
Is there anything you can do?
I like to learn about their ingredient. Wait, so like, am I giving him like the Krabby Patty formula? Like, he shouldn't be knowing about how stuff is done at the Hush Honeybee. That's just my opinion. I like to learn about their ingredients, what the kitchen's like, and of course how the taste of the food. Naturally, I'll make it worth your while. How does that sound? Sure, I guess.
Thank you much.
Oh, thank you so much. You're truly kind. Agreeing to help a stranger you only just met. I'll finally know what makes that kitchen tick.
Let's give it a shot.
The dialogue in this is very hard for me to like read out.
Come on.
Just like that, you agreed to help this guy, but I suppose Fabian has helped us out a lot, so it wouldn't hurt to pay her back by helping in the kitchen. From what I've heard, the Hushed Honeybee is normally busy at night, so when the sun sets, let's ask Fabian or Fabian? Is it Faye? Like fairy or Fa? Fabian, what can be done to help?
What on earth are you doing?
Wee! Where am I supposed to get shit from? Oops. Oh. Oh, look, it's that chica.
You.
I remember you, Elda. It seems I was right about you not being a local. I heard the rumors. My sources suggest you and Garrus were working together. Huh? How did you know that? I own a magic igniter shop, and I do have some sway on the residents on Sunshade Row, or of Sunshade Row. But you wouldn't need not worry. I have no intentions of turning you in. In exchange for my discretion, though, of a lack of better words, would you be willing to do a job for me? A job?
Yes.
A dangerous one, shall we say. I imagine a colleague of Jara's would likely have the skills and discretion required. However, perhaps I better look somewhere else. I didn't realize how young you are at first glance. I prefer to work with someone who already understands how the world works, to some degree. Too much risk otherwise. Don't want your death Wait, don't want your death on my conscience. Okay, this lady owns the igniter shop, right? I bet the pay would be decent. Might be worth taking a job if it's not too crazy. I don't at least describe the job. I'd rather avoid danger. So I need to get my leveling up. Is that? I don't have enough wisdom. Okay, yeah. Okay. We better go get. Girl, okay. What is this icon? Is this just for me to sit?
Something up?
Want to take a breather? It's a nice view. And it's important to stop and smell the roses, you know. Besides, sitting and watching the people live might broaden your horizons. Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, damn. I need to go do this. Where can I buy that shit at?
Why, you little...
I'm just incredulous.
Hang on a minute, you.
Hello? I have 8 days. Wait, no deadline. 10 days. Oh, I have 10 days left. Oh yeah, I need to get somebody as a healer. Breath of fresh air. Sold on the. Okay. Over here?
It's quite fresh.
You're not it. At the church? Is this?
That's how you want to play it. What now?
Oh, my Lancer, there's so many buttons. Sun Lumino Street? Where is the sun in my...
What now? All right then.
I need to go here.
Let's go.
Oh, so I was on the right road. At the church.
What happened?
I don't know.
Grand Cathedral, why?
Are you it, sir? Oh my, is that a fairy I see? Haha, real fairy. Will I be? Oh, look. I know I am. I look. Oh no, wait. Oh, look. I know I'm rare, but do we need to make such a big deal of it? I should explain. My family has something of a history with fairies. As a boy, my parents would tell me stories about fairies before bed. Do you care for me to tell you one?
I wonder.
So you grew up on fairy tales? Oh, cute. No wonder you've got fairies on the mind. Oh, your imagination goes up. No, sir, sorry, I'm not. That's a tavern.
All right then.
Tavern. Where's damn hello? Can I like not
Let's head there
move
right
my
away.
shit? Up.
What's happened?
All right then.
I don't like this. I can't like move to understand these icons. Okay, whatever. I guess I gotta do it this way. Not that one. Which one am I looking for? No, no. No. So that piece at the top? Top left? But why? yep, right here. Yep, this thing right here. I don't know what churches look like because I be avoiding them. I can see you're an elder. I will not turn you away if you come here with a purpose. However, I do hope you keep it brief.
Excuse me.
Thanks, I think. Anyway, we heard that you're selling some type of, you sell a type of medicine called the breath of fresh air here. Breath of fresh air, you say? We typically only make a particular remedy available to those who have accepted the light of... Oh. Wait, so I have to accept it? Okay, Satanism? Or Yep. I am not a religious individual, never will be, do not plan to be, so sorry. But let this be known that we practice generosity by special exemption for an elder. You may demonstrate your sincerity by purchasing it for 500. Damn! For an elder, you raise the price because of his tribe. Surely you would not expect your vulgar tribe to stand as equals beyond or among the blessed. Our teachings forbid it. Thus, I ask for you to demonstrate what is going on with my brain. Demonstrate your sincerity. Bear in mind, to even sell, that is, give them to you is taboo. I'd appreciate a show of gratitude more than words to protest.
How may I share God's blessing?
Now, how may I assist? This nigga really wants me to buy this shit. Where is it? Fucking ass. Get the fuck out of my face. Y'all look stupid. Cause you're a vampire? Wait, what? Oh, because I might be. Super casual. Hi, welcome in. I see you're playing Connect 4 Noise. Yeah, we're playing some Metaphor. Wait, I can just travel now, right? I don't have to necessarily like.
Let's go.
What's it all got to do with us anyway? Just can't stand it.
Look at more being more and doing more things. Where is this guy at? This map.
All right then.
Okay, here. So I'm gonna zoom. Whee. Can I hit things with this? These look hittable, but they're not. How are you enjoying the game so far? So far, so good.
You there?
My dear fellow, is that the breath of fresh air? Did you get that from me?
Thank you so very much.
Oh, praise be. I give you the deepest of thanks. With this, my daughter can be cured. I apologize for having so little faith in you. People have been quite anxious since the incident at the Grand Cathedral. So the prices on everything has increased. To top that, I am having a huge brain fart on all my words. Discrimination against the Mystery and the other minor tribes have only worsened. Hardly any shops will serve me. But I digress. Allow me to return the favor. Hardly seems worthy of praise to do anything so simple as purchase medicine. It's wrong that this problem exists within the country in the first place. What you did means the world to me. Thank you truly for saving my daughter's life. Please take this as a token of my gratitude.
Mission accomplished.
My tolerance went up. Nice. Oh, so that's how this goes. Oh. Oh, we got a while. I heard a voice. Thy presence glow upon from one of the splendid ventures already dwelling within me.
Brilliance.
This glow serves the best or thy best as the kindling of inflame thy followers' trust in thee. Gather the royal ventures and fulfill thy destiny. This old English shit pisses me off. Went outside and whew, shit. I'm surprised you went outside when it's snowing. Your character is measured by 5 royal ventures, each of which can be increased with various reasons. Okay, so we have courage, wisdom, tolerance, eloquence, imagination. Will help you solve your followers' problems and improve your relationship with them. You might improve your ventures by working, aiding people, or testing your knowledge or courage. Try talking to Gallica if you for ideas. She knows a lot about the town. Okay, she knows a lot about the town and can give you information. An accessory. I'm sorry, but what does this do? It's all rusty. I can't tell what it is. I heard that you're getting. Wait, I heard you can get it appraised at a store. Somewhere will do. Anywhere will do. I'm afraid I can't do more about it. Wait, I'm afraid I don't know more about it as none of these places will serve me. For crying out loud, they won't even let you shop. Thank you though. We should get this looked at, Will. Excuse me, I have to administer the medicine to my daughter. Thank you again, and may our divine relic bless this kind young man.
What's happened?
Whew. Reading a lot. It's hard. Let me see.
What now?
What do I want to do next? What do I want to do next?
You're not getting off the hook for that.
It's so sad that the doggers are considered like poor. Zal, did you go shovel snow?
Well, you're not getting off the hook for that. Well, you're not getting off the hook for that.
What now?
Nah, I cleaned my car off and I drove to the store and got some food. What did you get?
All right then.
The church. Is that it? Are these the only places I can go? Five fucking degrees out? That sounds so nice. I'm so jealous. I wish it was 5 degrees here. It's... Oh, I dropped my controller. Oh, it's so far away. My life is so difficult.
Where to? Where to?
Hi, Stacks. Welcome in. You're crazy? Why? Because I want colder weather? I don't think that's crazy. I understand wanting some cold, but 5? That sounds so nice. You forget I've been in Hawaii and I've been here. I haven't dealt with cold in so long. I forget what cold feels like. Okay? Stepping out, having to bundle up in layers sounds so nice. A smooth 20 will do the trick for you? Maybe. I just want coldness, honestly. Hold on.
What now?
You must be forgetting how them single digit temps be hitting. I get it. I think I did. I just want.
What now?
I miss snow. I miss
All right.
all of that.
Go. All right then.
I'll give you my sunshiny weather if you want it. Deal? Oh, that's the sleeping area. My dongle, I don't know if the dongle is better or there's a delay with the dongle. Hold on. Have at it. Hold on, I'm gonna see something. I think my PC is like lagging. I might have to reset here in a bit, but I'm gonna see how far we are into the YouTube stream before I do a reset, because the lag of this right now is fucking disgusting. YouTube, how long have I been streaming? Do you guys know over there? Not that long. So I'm gonna deal with the lag just a little bit longer. But when I hit like 2 hours and 30 minutes, I'm probably gonna reset my PC. And then 2 hours and 30 minutes on YouTube, because that helps me understand where I'm at. So yeah, I'm gonna reset the PC and come back, because like my PC, like my OBS is lagging for some odd reason, and I only have my OBS open in the game. I think when I did my updates today, I caused my shit to lag. So I need to reset it. I did reset it when the updates were done, but I don't think it was a good reset, if that makes sense. I need to fix her, okay? That's pretty much the story. And I'm going to reset her at an hour, 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's it. Yeah. I think you started YouTube at 23 minutes into your stream. Yeah, I know that. I just wanted to see the total amount on YouTube. That's it. I found it. I'm only an hour and like some change into YouTube. So that's it. Let me see. Yeah, I'm an hour and 22 minutes in on stream over there. So, because everything is lagging, and that's kind of nasty.
The sacred Grand Cathedral.
Wait, what is playing? What am I hearing? What the hell? Okay, I fixed it. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Okay. We're good there. I need to buy healer for someone. I think I have. No, I have healer on. Oh, I gotta put it on him though. Okay, hold on. Party, stroll, sir. Oh, that's not how you do it. Equipment, stroll, warrior. We're gonna change you here. I need to
Who
get you
needs
to 10.
igniters? I'll show you magic.
Ew. You bitch.
It's quite fresh.
Buy. What are these? I need those. Give me those. 3,000. God damn. God. Okay, I think we are ready to do some dungeon crawling. Okay, so
What now?
we're gonna go here, save. Okay, sure. Not what I was trying to do anyway, but go off.
Let's head there right away.
So,
Hey,
oh, before I forget, here's the thread, or this thread is for you. If you ever need to return to the entrance in a flash, this is a must-have. You only gave me one though. Like, can you give me 3? You never know what you'll find yourself, or you'll never know when you find yourself in a tight spot, so don't go exploring without one. You could pick them up at the general stores. How's everyone's weapons?
What now?
Well, I'm broke, so it don't matter now.
Got it.
Right, let's go
what do you
then.
think?
Ready to go. Yep, let's
Mrs.
go.
Hurry.
Let's make haste. He cannot be allowed to reach his aims. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, look at her with her cute little helmet. Still signs of Magla throughout, but at least their attempts to ambush us failed.
Hey,
We don't have time to feel sorry. We've got to take the opportunity to do what we can. And to make sure that Garrus's death wasn't in vain.
Yes.
I know, let's proceed. Alright, yay, dungeon crawling. Do. Is it still locked? One can hope. Nope, it's still locked. Damn.
What?
How do you lock on shit again?
Everything's pretty standard.
Hold on, I'm gonna figure it out. Let me just press a whole bunch of buttons. Fuck it. Oh, that's why. Got it.
Ow!
Oh, she's cute. Who is she?
What's going on?
Her. Wait, is she part of the team? Can I make her part of the team? Bark, bark.
Did someone get here before us? Of all the places.
Bark, bark.
It was safe to come this way. This really isn't the
Maybe
time
I
to
like
pay
bunny
your
people.
respects.
Hold on.
No easy way to say it, but this place, I don't know, it ain't right. There's dead folk shambling about. That's after I cleaned house. Don't say I didn't warn you, eh? I'm off then.
No, stay with me.
Wait.
Where are you
Is it
going?
your intention to enter the Grand Cathedral?
How do you know it connects down here?
because we're the ones who cleared the path. But I assume we'll meet more resistance inside. I beg your pardon, but are you not injured? Shouldn't you consider turning back?
Oh, I'm sorry, boss. Did I need your permission? I've got my own reasons.
At the very least, you need to stop and get those wounds treated.
I can't do that. My friend's trapped in there. And the soldier that went in to rescue her hasn't come back. I can't just sit and do nothing.
Can we find your friend for you?
Hey, wait! Before you go making promises like that...
No, now that we know about this, we must act to save these people.
What's your game exactly?
We simply won't stand by and let someone in your condition walk into peril.
I don't believe you. You're hiding something. Some other reason you're willing to help a Parapus.
Believe what you like, but we're going to the top of the cathedral regardless. Is it not the wiser course to let us do as we've promised than to risk your life charging ahead?
Fine. Even I can see sense in that. My friend's a Parapus girl, about my age, with a yellow flower pin in her black hair.
Is the music like overpowering it for you guys too, like it is me? Like her conversation? Like the dialogue.
This one's important.
I'm gonna have to turn down the music.
Oh,
She's
come
pink for
on.
starters. Also true. Barely, but yeah. Like, I'm gonna turn that down. Let's see if that helps in the next conversation that we have. He's got a stick. I forget.
Right there.
Okay, I remember.
I think we're in
Okay.
the clear.
Nice. Oh, dead.
Right.
Getting in was easier than I thought it could, or thought it would be. It doesn't look like there's anyone patrolling the area. How strange. I expected less resistance this way. Wait, I expected less resistance this way, but not this. Have they not enough soldiers?
Oh well.
In any case, it works out better for us. Capturing that necromancer isn't our only goal here anymore. Yeah, we need to save the hostages while security still lacks. Let's check out what's inside.
Strange.
Okay, so what's over yonder here? Do I want to continue this? Unite. Oh, okay, so that's the save room. Okay. Hello.
If it's useful, I say grab it.
But I don't need the save room right now. I don't need it. I don't need it right now. I love that when you get so strong, you can skip battles by hitting the enemies. Always save, ma'am. I'm fine, thank you.
There they are. Charging in. Forward.
Right. Let's settle this quick.
This is our chance.
We'll do this together.
Let me see. We're gonna have. Wait, I should have. Oh yeah, I'm doing
Maybe
those
there's a
things.
better choice.
I don't.
Come forth, Royal Soul.
Do I
To
want
the
to?
rear guard. Time for some close combat. Lend me your strength.
We'll team up.
Wind.
I can't afford to hold back. I call upon royal power within. Burn to ash.
Nice.
Observe the enemy. Come. Not this one. Behold.
Oh yeah, she can't do anything.
Stand together.
There they go.
Don't let your guard down. There's more of them.
There they are. Charging in. Forward.
They're out cold.
A preemptive
Let's
attack.
take them all down in one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm all prepared.
Light heavy
Show
attack.
them our might.
Let's do this. Just two left.
One for the
I
captain.
can't afford to hold
Keep it
back.
going.
Mage.
I don't think you are a weakness, but you know. Oh shit, he is.
Take this!
No. Let's set it up.
Go!
No holding back.
I already like this, sir. Oh gosh, Zell in there yelling at people on YouTube. Ooh, I like that. That's nice. That's smooth.
There's
That
no way I'm
that
stopping
right there, that's smooth. I like that. Whoa. That little walk off. Ooh, purr.
Great find. Keep it.
Okay. Wait, there's another chest somewhere? I can't get to it from here, huh? Yeah, it's on the other side. Okay. Wait, what's over here? Can I go this way? No, I cannot because it's fucking barricaded off. Okay. So now we go this way. I hit this save spot here since I have to pass it, I guess.
This place.
It's as I thought. The magla here is thinner. It's the perfect place to rest. Oops, 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 shit. Shit, I didn't mean to do that button. Gallica can transport you from one magla hollow to another. You can even go back and forth between the dungeon's entrance and the magna hollow. If your party's feeling spent, sometimes it's necessary to stop and return to the town to refresh yourselves. Take advantage of the hollows to explore dungeons effectively. Let's take a break then. Let me know if you need me to guide us to another spot. Hold on, let me click the log because I definitely just zoomed past all of this shit. Let me see, where are we? Another magna hollow. Then we shall establish this place as a stopping point. I think it's wise considering how vast the Grand Cathedral is. You're right. I've memorized the route here. I can guide us safely back to the entrance, or from entrance and back. I'm glad we're able to return to the entrance safely. Best we head back to town and resupply rather than continue on exhausted with our exhausting our resources. Girl, we are fine. Girl, I'm hitting the save and our asses are going back out there. Boom, save.
Let's go.
Girl, we going back out. Let's go. Let's go. Da. Da. Okay, random fact, because you did the da. So, you want to know what my guilty pleasure is right now on YouTube Shorts and Instagram? Well, I don't get on Instagram anymore because of all of this shit that's going on. But AI specifically, like, has made my life so much. It's so entertaining. I've been watching a lot of AI clips of Michael Jackson as him doing movie scenes. So like Twilight, I've seen him do a Twilight skit. I've seen him do like John Wick skits. I've seen him do like all of these like movie scene clips, like iconic movie scene clips, and they put Michael Jackson in it instead, and it's not the actual actor, and it makes me laugh because they use like the hee chamon and like all of his noises. And then my other guilty pleasure is like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but like there's this these shorts where it's Harry Potter related. MJ as John Wick, did he do the moonwalk on them? He didn't do the moonwalk on the ones I watched, no. But like another thing I've been watching are like, it's Harry Potter related, and it's them dancing, and like it's so funny. I wonder if I can pull it up and find it, because I have to show you, because I was dying. Let me see. And turned off my lights? I don't know if I can find it, but I'm gonna find it. Hold on. Oh, I found it. Okay, hold on.
I'm a what?
You're a wizard.
Let me see.
Blimey, Harry, didn't you ever wonder where your dad learned it all?
Lump what?
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a 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 what?
Blimey, Harry, didn't you ever wonder where your dad learned it all?
Lump what?
You're a wizard, Harry.
There's another one. Let me.
Ooh, this calls for specialist equipment.
Nothing to do but wait till it stops, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Better out than in. Who's Ron trying to curse anyway?
Malfoy. He called Hermione... well, I don't know exactly what it means.
Ooh.
I don't...
Harry, listen to me. There's a reason the symbol of Slytherin House is a serpent. Salazar Slytherin was a Parselmouth. He could talk to snakes too.
Exactly. Now the whole school's gonna think you're his great-great-great-grandson or something. But I'm not. It can't be.
He lived 1,000 years ago. For all we know, you could be. Harry, listen to me. There's a reason the symbol of Slytherin...
I'm trying to find the one that made me, like, really laugh.
Take a bit of toast, mate. Go on. Ron's right, Harry. You're gonna need your strength today.
I'm not hungry.
Good luck today, Potter. Then again, now that you've proven yourself against a troll, a little game of Quidditch should be easy work for you. Even if it is against Slytherin.
Take a bit of toast, mate.
There's one. I haven't found it yet. I just... Oh, is it this one? I think it's this one.
Ron, wake up. Oh, what happened? It was Hagrid. Hagrid opened the Chamber of Secrets 50 years ago. Ron, wake up. Oh, what happened? It was Hagrid. Hagrid opened the Chamber of Secrets 50 years ago.
AI might not be a good thing after all. You don't think that's funny? I think it's hilarious.
Turn to page 394.
Werewolves?
But sir, we've just begun learning about red caps and hinky punks. We're not meant to start nocturnal beasts for weeks.
I'm glad you like it.
Quiet.
When did she come in? Did you
I
see
thought
her
it was
come in?
funny.
Turn to page 394.
Why the fuck do they keep humping the ground? I don't know. And I think that's probably what makes me laugh, honestly. So that's what I've been looking at. You know? You're welcome. Okay.
We cannot avoid this fight.
Hey, get in there!
Let's give him a fight. Let's take them all out. We'll do this together. Show them our might. How's this? Two remaining.
can't afford. I shall vanquish evil. The power of fire. One left.
I've sworn oath of not. Right there.
Ooh, it's stunned. What you drinking? A soda.
Victory's ours.
That'll do. Right. I could get used to this.
There is
Noise.
still danger here. Stay vigilant.
I hear the doggies. Where are they?
Right there.
Where did it
think we're in the
go?
clear.
Oh shit. I'm ready to fuck shit up and like I'm killing it. Quick. Ooh.
Oi.
You're late? You're supposed to be here ages ago. Hi, baby C.
The thing is,
I was supposed to... Wait, what was I supposed to do about it? We can't use the lift. I had to keep those, bloody endless... Wait, I had to take those bloody endless stairs to get here. Just keep an eye on that lot locked up in the spare room upstairs. The key's on the desk, but I mentioned before. Yeah, I heard you already. What was the point of taking hostages anyway? More work than it's worth.
Leave me be.
They're obviously to stop the state army from coming in, no? Use your head, would you? Now, hurry up and switch with me. You start slacking off, and the White Clods will probably know it. They're no friend of ours. Must be nice to be so superior because you're wearing white capes. I suppose that's Lewis's private army. They lack discipline though. I imagine this guard was hastily thrown together. These guards were hastily thrown together. They had colored uniforms, but they mentioned white ones. What's that about? The rank of a soldier in Lewis's private army is signified by the color of their uniform. Those with uniforms bearing colors are common soldiers. His elites are have pure white uniforms and are thusly called white clods. White clads. Oh, the guards leaving? Wouldn't this be the perfect opportunity to help the hostages? A good point. I'm not seeing many guards around. If we've just army dogs to deal with, we'll be able to manage.
All right.
All right then, let's save the hostages before while we've got a chance. Woo wee! This old English dialogue is like kicking my butt. Ooh, you dead! Damn. Okay, what's in here? Oh, is it locked? It seems to be locked. Ooh. Let's... Oh, beyond the door. Let us go, please. We have families. At least let the injureds go. At this rate, they won't. We're here to help. We need the key to open the door. We'll look for it right away. Just hold on. Oh, okay. Help us, please. Let us hurry and find the key. I believe they said it was on the desk somewhere.
We're off.
Okay. You dead. He's dead. They dead. Everybody's dead.
I see the enemy.
Forward! Great job!
Bow wow. What's in here?
Huh.
We're good. He didn't notice us. What? Or I can fight him. Oh, hold on. Is that... Or is this...
Yeesh.
Can I kill him?
Nice.
Looks like the key to the room. We should be able to help the hostages now. I think we should kill him. That's just my humble opinion.
That should come in handy. Pocket it.
Leave nobody left behind.
Whoa.
Leave no enemy alive. Agreed, send a message. Not even that. Save my ass.
Please.
Is that you? Hurry and let us out of
Yeah.
here. We brought the key. We'll get you out of here.
Onward.
We'll open it now, so stay away from the door. Plot twist, it's not good, people. Oh,
Thank
it is.
you.
So much. I was sure my number was up here.
No.
Or there. Was up there. No, we were too late for some. If only we could have done something. Still, it's good that some yet live. Are there any other hostages here? I don't know. I was hearing screaming from all around when it first begun, but now
It's terrible.
this is awful. None of these people are even armed.
Let's hurry.
Right now, we need to focus on the survivors. Make sure to leave, and we'll escort you. To the exit.
Now then.
The others the others have all escaped to safety. You're the last one. Thank you for everything. We're in your debt.
Hey,
Now, would you know anything about a pulperous girl here? She'd have black hair, and we know she was wearing a yellow flower hair clip. A pulperous girl? That sounds familiar, but I think I saw her among the casualties. Damn, she dead. Wait, does that mean...
Damn it.
If you know her, please see that she's returned to her family for a proper burial. She was rallying behind the wounded until the last. Of course, we'll do what we can.
Sorry.
Stroll and I will see this man we'll see this man's safety away. As we do, will you not tend to the poor pulperous girl? This a burden I am loath to place on you alone, but ugh, this dialogue is kicking my ass.
Look at her ears. She's a parapus.
Parapus! I said pulperous.
Hey, wait.
Same thing. Not really. Oh.
sorry I'm late.
She cradled her friend in her arms and whispered, "I'm sorry," to her over and over.
Thanks. Guess I ought to come clean. I tried, I really did. I couldn't just stand around. And you lot cleared the path so well besides. So this is all I have right now, but...
All you have, girl, you just gave me a lot of money. Thank you.
Give me a little time, would ya?
Give me your phone
I've got
number.
a bounty I'm after that'll be paying big.
You collect bounties.
What? You joking? You only helped me because you recognised me, yeah? You really don't know? I'm Katharina, the bounty hunter. And you just helped a parapus without expecting anything in return? Doesn't that just take the cake?
I mean, weren't you in trouble?
Proper weird you are. I'll tell you though, I gave her that hair clip. Gift to say congrats for getting hired under some rich baron. Things went belly up and she got that baron to safety, but didn't make it out herself. And when he heard the news, do you know what he did? He laughed. Said even a parapus could be useful once in a while.
That's horrible.
Isn't it? Oh, I thought so too. A world like that. I'd tear it down with my own two hands if I could. People are suffering. And all these bastards can do is shrug and carry on.
I think you're right.
We're not so different then. Matter of fact, I see a lot in your eyes. You're cutting a path, and it's no small prize you're after. I don't know if we'll cross paths like this again, but if you're ever in trouble, I'll be there.
Oh no, I'm in trouble.
That's a promise.
Help me. Ow. I could sense Katarina's righteous
The loyal
spirit.
hunter,
Yep.
Katharina. Within
Oh,
her
she's a
dwells
brawler.
The virtue of the brawler. Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Here we go then. Let's see which of us changes the world first.
Oh.
Now, I'm gonna take this poor girl home. Catch you later. If we can both stay alive that long.
She's so pretty. Bark bark.
Got it.
That should make last of the hostages. I don't think we have anything to do on this, or we have anything to do on this floor. Let's continue on then. The necromancer. Oh.
And focused.
Oh, okay. I hate having that auto one sometimes. Where after is on the top floor. As we ascend, the number of enemies, soldiers will increase. Be on your guard. That's all I needed to see. Thank you.
All right.
I should update y'all shit, huh? Kitty!
Isn't that...
Save your progress.
What do you think?
Oh, they give you a lot of, like, save options. Wow.
Let's hurry.
Okay, so let me see.
What now?
Equipped. Okay, so nothing for you. Nothing for you. And no nada for you. You can't do anything yet. Okay. So we go up or... Oh shit. I could have sworn I fought
see
this
the
doggy.
enemy.
Charging in. Push through. Good one. I'll give it my all. Tougher than I thought.
We'll do this together.
That's one for the captain. Let's keep it going.
I shall fight as the
I
noble.
want, like-
I shall vanquish evil.
Oh, they're weak to this too?
Power
Oh
of
shit.
ice. The end's in sight.
Observe the enemy. Behold, we stand together.
I feel like if I can knock one down, that I should get like
Take this.
another attack.
We can do this.
Seeker.
Maybe not.
One left.
Keep
Nice
it up.
going, Captain. Only one left.
I call upon royal power within.
Booyah! Love that for us.
What a
That is like so smooth.
Keep your
I love
energy up,
that.
everyone.
This right here, this walk
Wish
here,
every fight was
love
that
it.
easy, eh?
Satisfactory. I shall strive to use this power wisely.
Okay, so if I want to go,
What are you
There
doing?
they are. We can't get sloppy.
There's a whole bunch of them.
so hypothetically, I should.
Strike true.
Let's do this.
Oh, you resisted that. Wow.
Are you prepared? Burn to ash! Right, let's keep this up. We can still do this the easy
Blade
way.
in hand.
Not now.
Who's hurt? Let him fucking know.
Got this handled.
Here they come.
You dummy.
Only 2 enemies left. Stay sharp.
You blackguards. No holding back. The power of fire. Let's wrap this up.
I stand ready.
If I say so
I
myself.
see you.
Mockingbird got them right in their weak spot.
Noise. Lolo, oh no, I've fallen. I can't get up. Yep, every time I see her, be like, ah, my knee. It hurts.
That'll do it.
Controller?
Nice! I bet we'll find a use for that.
Hello, controller? My controller's doing weird things right now. That's not me doing all of these weird ass movements.
Forward! Charging in.
Oh shit.
Nice! You're gaining strength.
Alright.
My other type's abilities feel stronger.
Ah, fuck.
Great find. Keep it.
You found something. Let's take it with us.
Ooh, these are white. I don't. These are
see the
kind of
enemy.
concerning.
Time for some close.
Oh, he got me! Oh, y'all look. This is gonna be a fun fight.
Stroll's anxious.
Oh, Stroll. Oh. 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 Fuck!
Someone get him back on his feet.
No! Controller, stop.
Here.
I live to see another day. I call upon royal power within. The power of ice. Next.
Observe the enemy.
Should we see what the weak? Okay, so that's not a weakness. Love that. Now we got 13 moves we gotta wait for. Damn.
It burns.
Oh my fuck.
Stroll got knocked out. Can anyone get him back on his feet?
Sir.
Hulkenberg's been burned.
A mage should always probably be in the back. That kind of makes more sense. I'm not gonna lie.
Be frozen. 3 remaining.
Good one, Stroll. Always come through.
It burns. I'm sorry.
From our provisions.
Leave him
Only a
alone.
flesh. Is that all?
Heal him.
Oh.
Stroll can't take any more.
I won't hold back.
Someone heal him.
We're not out of this yet.
Helpful as ever.
Hulkenberg's been
Now,
burned.
what's the plan? Take
She
this.
gets hit, she
Oh,
gets
I'm
big
so
trouble.
fucking dumb.
Burns. There.
Thanks.
I pressed the wrong button.
This is nothing. Is that all?
I'm sorry. My weakness is a fucking scratch?
I'll not fall so easily.
Hey! Hey! Wake up! We're still in a fight here.
Could do with this.
Hulkenberg's
Still
in
fight.
bad shape. She needs
It's
help.
not over yet. From our provisions.
They're all gonna die.
Only a flesh wound.
Captain down! Someone! Help us
No, not yet.
Hey! Hey! Wake
I kind of quit.
Are you
Still in a
prepared?
fight here.
Burn to ash.
Hit their weak point. Keep it up, Stroll.
For all that we strive for. Just the thing.
3 enemies
Can't
left.
afford to hold.
We
I
can do
call
this.
upon royal power within. The power of fire.
I stand ready. Right there. They yet cling to life.
Fuck. 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 Well, fuck.
Not like this. Someone
Well, fuck.
please.
There.
I live to see another day.
Leave him alone!
Hey! Hey! Wake up! We're still in a fight here.
Oh, fuck me. No, I
I'll
need
save
him
this.
to.
No holding back. The power of ice.
We hit their weak point.
Is
Keep
everyone
it up,
all right?
Stroll.
From our provisions.
My thanks.
Stroll's been burned.
May.
You better watch out for any enemies targeting him.
be frozen!
By the sworn oath of knighthood. Join with me! No, not this. Huh, take this! Nothing stop you! Satisfactory.
Oh, you've done. What can I do?
Okay? You've got to heal up. Hey! Hey! Wake up! We're still in a fight here!
It burns. It burns.
They're weak to ice. Let's stop them cold.
It burns. It burns.
No.
What are my options? Are you prepared?
Am I getting greedy? Possibly.
Power of ice!
Observe the enemy.
Always comes through.
Right there! Worthy foe.
Someone heal him!
I definitely was greedy, but we did it.
Close one! But hey, a win's a win! Phew.
You do well not to underestimate them.
I admit, it feels good to get stronger.
A new means of protection.
First aid, weak HP recovery for one ally can only be used in the main menu. Okay.
I got
More
burned.
of them, holy fuck. Okay, I gotta go take a break, so give me a moment.
What now?
Hello, hello. Wrong button. I am back. Sorry, I was dealing with the kiddos. Hola. Um. Interesting. Hi, Legion. Hi, Skills. Hi, High Top. Oh yeah, I was doing this. Well, fuck. Squaw!
Forward! Let's push through!
Aggressive as ever.
That should come in handy.
Where is it? I was pressing Y. Oh my god, my life hates me. Okay. Oh, not scratch. Not that. Not that.
Oh, please.
Please.
Oh, you've done what a farce.
Oh, we're dying.
I call upon royal power within. Be frozen. Stay on the offensive.
Let's stay calm.
With healing power.
I owe you.
Stroll's been burned.
Sworn oath of
You better
knighthood.
watch out for any enemies targeting him.
Oh, power of heroes! Not this one. Comrades, lend me your strength.
These are all elemental attacks, though.
You can
Let's
do
see.
this. A mystic shield.
Helpful as ever.
We need help.
Let me see if that helps, because Lord Jesus. Oh. Oh!
What can I do?
Badly wounded. Can anyone heal him? Stroll can't take any more.
May!
Someone heal him.
The power of ice! Right, let's keep this up!
It's okay.
Great job, Stroll.
We can do this.
Seeker! We're not out of this yet.
I owe you.
Stroll's
Is
been
everyone
burned.
all right?
He better watch out for any enemies targeting him.
This should help.
Helpful as ever.
3 enemies left.
Stepping
We
back.
can do this.
Are you prepared? Be frozen!
You hit their weak point.
Let's
Keep
stay
it up,
calm.
Stroll.
To the rear guard. Come forth, royal soul.
This is nothing.
You fucking missed!
Can't afford. May!
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I came undone.
Power of ice! Almost finished!
Oh my
We'll
god.
fight with pride. Seeker! With healing power. Thank you.
She missed. I was so mad.
Only a flesh wound. Take this!
Oodie's ignite. I shall vanquish evil. Be frozen!
You hit their weak point.
It's
Keep
okay.
it up, Stroll.
We can do this. Let's go.
By the sworn oath of knighthood. Right there!
Bow wow.
It burns.
This is nothing.
Captain, you've been burned.
May!
You'll take more damage this way, so be careful.
The power of ice!
Tough one out. Tough it out.
My headphones just died. I love that for me.
By this power. Observe the enemy.
Are they like gone?
Like this.
Or did they just disconnect?
Who needs igniters?
I'm pressing
I'll
the
show
wrong
you
button.
magic. Be frozen!
You hit their weak point.
They just disconnect. Okay.
Seeker. We can do this.
My thanks.
Damn.
Only a flesh wound.
Get him some healing. The captain's on his last leg.
Not join with me.
Get him healed up.
Right there.
Captain,
Who
you've
needs
been burned.
igniters?
You'll
I'll
take
show
more
you
damage
magic.
this way, so be careful.
Oh, okay. Now they're just playing games. I quit. Hold on. Grr.
This should do it. Die hard.
Only one left.
I was distracted. Distracted.
It burns.
Captain, you've been burned. You'll take more damage this way, so be
May yet
careful.
cling to
I
life.
shall fight as the noble I am. Mage! The power of ice!
Smooth finish. Great work, everyone.
Those white wolves are pretty strong.
I seem to have been singed. Have you any way to heal this?
Did I grab everything?
Charging in. Time for some close. How's that? Forward. That might be of use later.
We. Oh, that's baby. Oh my.
Push through.
Baby. Oh my.
All right.
Let's take them all out. Tougher than I thought.
You know what that means, right? Baby sea lion, you know what that means, right?
I can't afford to hold back.
I don't think he understands the severity of what he just did. I don't think y'all understand the severity.
I shall fight as the noble I am.
Y'all just fucked yourselves over. The people who don't have a permanent VIP. Check that top board. Go exclamation point top. Y'all aren't in the top 10 no more.
I can't afford to hold back.
My diamond. I don't know why you would do that. I told you that you being on the leaderboard was the reason why you guys got...
Who needs igniters? I'll show you magic.
So now it's Baja. Gerald. Paper still has... Okay. Jay, House, Pichu, Fab, Blaze, and Aga. So who's getting demoted? So now... Hold on. There's a redeem for diamonds. Oh yeah, that you're speaking of that. You're right. I need to remove that. Hold on. That's gone now. Yeah. Leaderboard's the only way you get it now. Why are we removing it? Leaderboard was the only way. That's on my VIP card. I'll remove it from your VIP. People can still get VIP if they're on the leaderboard. So technically, it's not removed. Why you still got a diamond? Because I haven't removed it yet. Baby sea lion, why would you do this to yourself? It's so hard to say goodbye. Be gone, peasant. So Odd Guy gets a VIP, and who else was the other person that gets a VIP? Blaze, but Blaze already redeemed it. Okay, Blaze already has theirs. Redeem VIP. So I was curious. I was just curious. You feel me? Yeah. If the leaderboard, if you knock somebody off the leaderboard, you get a badge. Baby sea lion, I expected you to do better than that. I said this from the gate, that the reason y'all, it's even in the Discord. It's even in the Discord. Like, hey, you got your badge because you're top 10 of the leaderboard. I thought I was gonna win. Nigga, I could have told you weren't. Lord Jesus, you done. Lord Jesus. Anyway, why? Which y'all niggas don't check. Look at you. Now you naked in the chat. You better start grinding your points to go. You better start grinding your points. You better start grinding your points. You better start grinding them points. Me gambling on my alt account. Only 2 people now. Wait. Only 2 people. Now 3 have overcome the gamble all. Now begins the comeback story. He wishes he was Geo. Your bot is glitched. Why? You're convinced my bot is glitched? It's not. Look at Romeo flexing the permanent VIP badge. He's like, I can lose everything and I'll be just fine. I've never won gamble. All this is clearly glitched. No, it probably just doesn't like you. Romeo is immune. Oh well. Do 25% Legion. I'm not saving you. Maria is worse than the 2K daily spin. Did you go get in and out without me? What the fuck? I didn't get in and out. It's just a cup. I promise you, it's just a cup. Did you just eat a burger? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I did. We could. I saw brown paper. I'm not stupid. I didn't say you were. I know you're far from stupid. That's crazy? What's crazy? What are you talking about? Oh, I dropped my controller. Oh yeah, he wasn't here at the beginning of stream. She fucking hates me. I didn't go anywhere. Chat, did y'all see me leave my house for In-N-Out? I was on stream when In-N-Out was taken, right? Where's Baha? He probably went to his safe space, aka YouTube, so he can't get timed out. Okay. Baby sea lion, then. When Odd Guy comes back, remind me to give him a VIP badge, because he gets one. Because he has dethroned Baby sea lion. That's crazy. Honestly, that's crazy. Hey, that was the RNG shot. Chill out, rabbit. Ooh, see? He went to his safe spot. YouTube.
Now, what's the play? Mage! The power of fire! 3 remaining!
Great job,
If I say so myself.
You're here?
Hulkenberg's been burned. She gets hit. She's in big trouble.
Numbers dwindle.
Captain,
I
you
can't
can
afford
run.
to hold back.
You'll
No
take more
holding
damage
back!
This way, so be careful.
Last one!
Only one. Finish them off and we're clear.
Now it's 4. 4 people have done Gamba all and gotten.
A tough one.
Hulkenberg's been burned. If she gets hit, she's in big trouble.
Take this!
Looks like that's all of them. Great job, everybody.
Time to make it 5.
Technique, everyone.
Nah, it's still 3. GL1 did it twice. Oh. This gamble all is worse for baby sea lion than shooting them with the gotcha. See, Legion can gamble all. Jedi can technically gamble all. And Romeo, because theirs is permanent. Their VIP badges are permanent to the channel, so theirs never leaves.
Not bad, if I say so myself.
I seem to have been singed. Have you any way to heal this?
Oh, girl, you still on fire. So am I. We're on fire. It doesn't go away? Am I supposed to be going this way? This is the lift? I've never seen one this big before. Maybe I should have expected as much, seeing as this is the Grand Cathedral in a royal capital. Or in the royal capital. I doubt it'll work at the moment. They can't be that foolish. Oh my god. That means we have to take the stairs. Oh my. This does not work. Nope, it's not budging. Oh my goodness. I have to run. If I had to fight and... Are you ready to tackle this? I don't see any other path open for us.
Hey.
How far have we climbed? It feels like this goes on forever. Who knows? 'Tis too far to tell. All we can do now is keep moving. Why they have to make it so tall in the first place? It's way too big. Whose idea was this?
Well...
They probably wanted to show the kingdom already belonged to the sanctionum. Wait, let me see how to say this. Cause like this word is, hold on, where's my phone? In my pocket. Give me a moment. I'm gonna find out how to, cause I've been saying sanctionism, Satanism. I've been saying it wrong this whole fucking time. Instead of just ignoring the word, I should tackle it head on and find out what it means. Let me see. Or how it's pronounced. Hold on.
Sanction.
Sanction? Really? Are you sure? It does not look like sanction. Sanction.
Sanctism.
Oh, now you're changing the way you were saying it. You're a liar.
Sanctism.
Sanctism? That sounds weird. They probably wanted to show that the kingdom already belonged to the sanctionism. Sometimes a good bluff is all it takes. From what I can tell, the state army's authority is all in the name already, no credible substance to it.
I suppose.
As a knight, that pains me to hear, but frankly, I feel the same. The powers that be do not extend their arms to the weak, or their hands to the weak. Which is exactly why you see people like Lewis doing as they please. It's the bloody end of the world. Lewis will have to wait until after we've gotten to the necromancer. We'll deal with him first. That we will, but I swear, I've seen that man before. What was that? You're muttering. No, 'tis nothing. Let's hurry and get to the top. We haven't time to dwell. Dabble. No. We finally made it. I've never wanted to see another step in my life. That's not gonna happen. It seems the stairs do not reach the apex. How do we proceed upward from here? Surely there's a passage leading upward somewhere. We just keep going. If we just keep going up, there's bound to be a working lift around. At least there better be. True, though the enemy will be keeping watch over it. So our first order of business is to search this floor. Hey, did you hear that? It's strangely noisy. What the bloody hell are they? Don't come any closer. Get away from me. Something's amiss. What in the world is happening?
What?
We're still on fire.
Your burns are all healed up.
Thanks.
What now? What was that?
What? Attacked by corpses? You're imagining things. They're supposed to be on our side. Get the hell out of here if you want to live. They're attacking. Get away from me again. I'm in the middle of a stream. He's gonna have to wait. Hurry and barricade the door. Keep them away from us. What is the meaning of this? The soldiers are running away. It's hard to tell what's going on from here. Let's get closer. What are they scared of? Let me see.
Here.
This room looks like a fine place to rest, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks like it's a Magla Hollow. Let's take a moment to relax. Hi, Blessy Boo, welcome in. Make a record.
Let's go.
Look at that badge on Odd God. That was formerly baby sea lions. So sad. It's locked. What the foot?
Huh?
Hold on. It looks like they're being manipulated by magic. I suppose this is what the soldiers are afraid of? But the necromancer controls them, doesn't he? Why would he endanger his own forces? Probably because dead bodies are of more use to him, I would say.
No way.
You've got to be kidding me. Is he insane? It would explain why there were so many or a few guards on patrol. He was planning to leave this area to the dead to begin with. And that's why he massacred so many? Damn him. How could he treat people's lives like his playthings?
Stay on guard.
Save it for later. Be on guard for special attacks. We're not going to last if we end up surrounded.
Okay.
So are we fighting them or are we running away? Running away? But if I fight them, I bet that means I get the key to this treasure chest, huh?
What now?
Hypothetically. Should I do this?
Here we go.
You face the knight errant Hulkenberg.
Don't let your guard down.
I don't think this was a good idea.
Hit their weak point.
Maybe it was a good idea. Shut the fuck up.
Two remaining.
One for the count.
Is everyone all right?
Keep it going.
Right there.
Only two
Can't
enemies
afford.
left.
No holding back. The power of fire.
It's okay. We can.
It's not over yet.
Took one down. Only one left. Finish them off. We're clear.
Now, I shall vanquish evil. Burn to ash.
I would like to dedicate this VIP badge to all my family and
Great work,
friends, my
everyone.
family friends that are no longer here.
Oi!
This place is already done for. Send for backup isn't the... Oh. I can't get a hold of him. Damn it, what the hell do we do?
What in the blazes?
I don't want to die. Someone save me. Ah.
So apparently,
Right there. Time for some food.
How's that?
this could be our chance.
Strike all down in one fell swoop.
Mage! The power of fire! The end's in sight!
I will fight.
Always come through.
Damn, these are
stand
strong as
ready.
hell.
Right there. Worthy foe after all.
Who needs it? I call upon royal power within! That's one!
Took one out.
It's okay.
Keep it up.
Take this. Still standing, I see.
Only
Who
one
needs it?
left.
Are you prepared?
Finish them off and
Burn
we're clear.
to ash!
What a finale! Keep your energy up, everyone. Looks like it's not safe.
More.
Stay alert.
Let's do this.
Oh my gosh.
Let's do this.
I shall vanquish evil! The power of fire!
Hit their weak point.
I will fight with pride.
There's two left. The
Observe
captain
the enemy.
took one down.
Right there.
Only two
I shall
enemies
fight.
left.
I call upon
Stay sharp.
royal power within! Let's wrap this up!
Let's stay calm.
Always comes through.
Ugh.
Zell, you know what you should do? Random fact or suggestion. You should stream your D&D so everybody can watch. Or is that like a uncomfortable thing to do? I think that would be pretty cool personally, but you don't have to. I've just never seen D&D
I
in like
stand ready.
the real thing. So I was just curious.
Take this!
I can't afford to hold back. Mage! Burn to ash!
Smooth finish. Great
Eh.
work, everyone.
I think one of the
Alright,
people does
victory is
record.
ours.
You should like let us watch in like Discord one day. Thanks.
Great
Oh, there's
find.
dead
Keep it.
homies everywhere.
What now?
I'll look and see if I have access to the Google Drive. Yay. Wait, are they all dead here? Holy shit. Oh, fuck.
They'll need more than this. I feel sick.
I fucked up.
The captain's sickened.
I call
His
upon
abilities
royal
are down,
power
and healing
within!
magic can't help him.
Burn to ash!
You hit your weak point.
I'll
Keep it
not
up,
give it.
Stroll.
I won't hold back. We can do this.
My thanks.
Is everyone all right? Take this! Nothing shall
Now,
satisfactory.
Mage!
I'll not give in to sickness. One left.
Keep
nice
it up!
going, Captain.
Is that all?
The captain's sickened. His abilities are down, and healing magic can't help him.
I shall fuck Mage!
It's best that Baby Sea Lion explains it to you.
The power of fire!
What a finale! Keep your energy up, everyone. You feeling okay? You need a cure for that.
I'm getting tired of fighting all these
There they are.
things.
Push through!
This is our
Act fast, and we'll win this!
first move.
Mage! Burn to ash! Who remains?
Took one out.
Observe the
Keep it
enemy.
up.
Take this!
I'll not give it. Still here?
I can't afford. The power of fire! Let's wrap this up!
Is everyone
Good
all
job,
right?
Stroll.
Right there!
Looks like that's all of them. Great job, everybody.
Satisfact. Ha! I have never known such height.
You feeling okay? You need a cure for that.
So, controller? So was I never supposed to go this way? Oh, it's locked. Okay. Controller? Oh, there's a room right here? Did I go in here? I think I did.
Got it.
No. Cause I keep putting that on for you and you keep taking it off. Okay. So I think I'm gonna wrap this up for part 4 of Metaphor stream for YouTube real quick. We'll come back in with a part 5 after I reboot. You guys stay here. I'm not leaving YouTube or Twitch. I just have to reboot so it can help with this lag that I'm experiencing on my end. And it'll probably make it better for both of us. So just give me a moment. Stay where you're at. I will reboot. We'll jump right back into the game where we left off. Just give me one moment, all right? YouTube, thank you so much for being here for part 4 of the stream for Metaphor. When I come back, it'll be part 5. I will see you guys in the next upload, next stream. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff that YouTubers tell you to do before you head out. But thank you so much for being here. Bye, YouTube. Bye. Spectrum out. No, it's not Spectrum. I did an update to my PC right before stream, and I don't think that the reset was a good reset. So I'm gonna reset my PC again, and maybe that'll help it because I'm experiencing like drift with my controller, like response drift, not necessarily like my actual controller drifting. And then like chat is super delayed for me. Like you guys could be chatting and like I won't see it for like another 3 minutes. And then it like all like throws all of it at once. So I think something on my update kind of screwed up my PC. So I'm going to go. I'll be right back. Don't leave your spots. Grab your bean bags now because I'm about to end stream right now. It's going to be a new stream. So if you don't get your bean bags right now, can I exit from here? Do I have to go to the entrance and then come back in?
Want to go back? Understood.
Okay.
What now?
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go do this real quick. Give me one moment. Let me...
Lily, stop!